It is time to check in with the Mayor of St. Catharines to see how the city is doing. Good morning, Mayor Walter Sendzik. Good to see you.
Bob. Good to see you as well.
Yeah, let's talk about your reaction to the vaccine rollout that we've been talking about for Niagara region this morning.
Yeah, Bob, it's obviously there's a bit of concern being raised by people, but what we're saying is that it is under control. They're looking at other regions and saying, how come we don't have our portal open? When can we expect the vaccines? We're starting to see other communities get the 80+ demographic vaccinated. And what we're saying is we have a plan in place. Public health has been working very closely with the provincial government when the vaccines come into Niagara, because Bob, we have been behind on the vaccines in terms of our allotment, that we will have everything in place. So I can say expect more information over the next 48 hours about locations, about when the portal is expected to be open, but we are going to make sure that we get as many jabs in the arms as possible, and our public health team is ready to go.
Yeah, how are things going with businesses in St. Catharines at this stage?
Well, we're in the red zone, right? And so
yeah.
you've got this renewed sense of cautious optimism, I'll call it. Mm-hmm. So the restaurants are slowly opening, the fitness studios, the yoga studios, the ballet studios, those places where people weren't able to either get together or take their kids for some extracurricular activity, they're now becoming are opening again, but they're doing it very cautiously. And that's what I've been saying to our community is when we're in the red zone, take the precautions. This is not a full opening of the economy. It is a sliver of opening of the economy. And in order for us to stay in the red zone, we've got to make sure everyone continues to do their part.
Yeah. What's the status right now for restaurant patios? Because this morning we had Niagara Falls has extended till the end of next year. Currently, you're January 2022?
Yeah. So ours is extended for the full year, and we have the permits have been approved, the business licenses have been waived. And so we're doing what we can, working with the business community, working with the restaurants. But Bob, we also want to make sure that as we move out of COVID, that all the great ideas that came out of the patios that were expanded, that we find ways to keep that environment, that experience, because people really enjoyed being outside last year. And I don't think it's a one-year thing, even in our downtown. Looking forward to closing the streets again during certain parts of the summertime to allow for people to walk freely in our downtown amongst the restaurants.
Yeah. In the interest of transparency, you have published your list of gifts and expenses for 2020 as well. Can you update us on that?
Yeah, I've been doing it since 2014 when I came in. It's really to show the public what kind of expenses the mayor's office incurs, but also the gifts that come in. So we track all the gifts, no matter how big or small. Yeah. We track how they come in, and it just shows the community what a day in the life of the mayor would be. And so 2020 was a very different year. So you saw the gifts were down, the expenses were down because we really tightened up due to COVID. So it does give the public a glimpse into the life of a mayor. Yeah,
you didn't have the travel expenses, of course, in 2020.
No, the only travel expense was just before COVID. We were in Washington for the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Cities Initiative meetings in Washington, D.C. And then almost days after, everything shut down.
Yeah. And this applies to council members as well, right?
It applies to council as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll all be made available. But again, it's usually the mayor that collects a lot of the different gifts. And it's, again, a unique way for the community to see who's giving to the mayor.
Did any Free Morning Live mugs show up on the list? Did you get any? I don't know. I got to check. Heads will roll if you didn't get any.
I haven't got any yet. So.
20th anniversary mugs. We made some. Before we go, there's this call for artists to create COVID artwork for City Hall.
Yeah, we have an annual juried show at City Hall. So this year's theme is Art of Resilience. And so it's a call to artists in our community. They can go to the city's website, check out the applications. And we're looking for the artists in our community who want to show really what resilience looks like from the eyes of an artist. And so we want to hang those works on the walls of City Hall.
Okay, fantastic. So the June 21st deadline for that and more information on the city's website. Well, thanks again for your time this morning, and belated happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. I'm doing 48 all over again because 2020 was a write-off.
Yeah.
So it's my mulligan.
Doesn't count.
So I'm 48 all over again.
Okay. Might be a mug in the mail.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Mayor Sendzik.